Okay, the next ingredient in sweep prevention, defense, recovery is the idea of active posting. If any of you have had the privilege of watching Leandro compete as a multiple-time world champion in a couple of different weight classes now, he's probably the most dynamic guard passer in the game today, and he extensively makes use of active posting. Conventionally, what a lot of people do when they approach the guard and somebody starts to get underneath them is they recede away, base down, grip strip, and then try to proceed from a more favorable position. What Leandro kind of excels at is, if I can borrow a term from boxing, is fighting in the pocket. He hovers over his opponents, allows them the opportunity to try to sweep him, and then denies them the sweep with active posting. And then in the transition to that, he finds his guard passes. And that's something we're going to address later on. We're going to give you a drill in how to develop that skill. But for now, I'm just going to demonstrate what active posting looks like. So Stefan, if you can put me in a De La Riva guard. And let's assume that you got my collar, right? So normally here I'd be thinking, uh-oh, I'm out of position, let me start to back up, break grips. And again, that's not wrong, by all means go ahead and do that. But let's say you quickly pull me forward. This is active posting. So I immediately recompose my base. As my center of gravity shifted, I needed to make sure that my posts were on the mat. Now start kicking me over. Now I post with my foot. At some point, your leg is going to extend enough that I manage to disengage, post my foot, and now I would drag my foot out, reset, you would go back to your guard again, and if we have enough exchanges like that, I'm counting on you to make enough of a mistake that I can exploit that and actually pass your guard in the process.
But it's not just a De La Riva thing.
No, it can be applied in any number of different guards. Even something as the deep half guard is actually another good example of that. If you start moving me around and you want to sweep me, I'm posting, I'm extending, you start to move me around here, I'm shifting my base, bring me backwards. I'm just constantly making sure that my hands walk along the mat so that, again, what we referred to earlier, my center of gravity and my momentum are always under my control, or I'm regaining them once you gain control of them.
So then, the obvious question is, how do you prevent people from controlling your sleeves to stop you from active posting?
Right. Well, the first way that you do that is you just approach the guard in a more upright manner. So whereas generally people... Leandro, right. So whereas generally people will approach and try to make their grips right away, this is going to be a product of you either choosing to enter someone's guard, and again, this is a higher level skill. I don't expect anybody in their first few weeks or even few months of Jiu-Jitsu to be able to come in and just float over someone's guard while they try to sweep them. But the formula or the promise that I make everybody that trains at my academy is from day one, I'm teaching you to beat black belts. So part of that process occasionally is going to be learning things that you're not going to be good at right away, but that are going to set you up for success down the road. And active posting is one of those things. Not too many white belts are going to be killer with active posting, but if you don't start trying to learn active posting early on, the odds of you developing good active posting at purple belt, at brown belt, they're decreased. This is the sort of skill that the technical term for this is proprioception, which is the kind of your awareness of your body in space. Active posting is highly developed proprioception, so it's balancing around, making small adjustments with your hands and your feet, feeling where your balance is. So you can either choose to approach the guard with the knowledge in training that you're going to be developing active posting, or you can get very diligent at breaking sleeve grips. So we went over a little bit of grip breaking in previous volumes, but if let's say I'm in your De La Riva guard and you have sleeve grips on, which you're only generally going to have one. So at this point, I'm going to make sure that my main thing is to get a good punch break and then be ready to active post. Or alternately, if you do control one and start to pull me, then I'm going to post with one hand and really work on posting with my foot. So I can either kind of fight from a lesser position or break the grip and fight from a more advantageous position. But either way, because of the nature of a lot of the sweeping style guards, your opponent is always going to have to commit one of his hands to some type of hip or lever control. So the odds of them being able to control both of your sleeves for any extended amount of time are reduced. And that gives you at least one post or one hand to fight the grip, to grip break, and then active post with both your hands. So 6 of one, half dozen of the other, but you should be able to do it either way.